I'm going to read this fun story called Officer Buckle and Gloria. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Knappville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77, never stand on a swivel chair. So a rule is something that can help keep you safe. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Knappville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring.
Why should you not snore?
Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. Can you leave that alone? Thanks. Then one day, Knappville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. So here comes the Gloria that's in the title, Officer Buckle and Gloria. We're going to leave those alone. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Oh, they're paying very close attention now. Why are they paying such good attention? What are they watching? Raise your hand if you know. What do you see? Yes. They're watching the dog. The dog has their attention. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. As soon as he turns around, she does the right thing, huh? Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. What are they popping at?
The dog.
The dog. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. Look at the dog. It's demonstrating what it feels like to sit on a thumbtack. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Knappville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. I think that the dog got all the attention, didn't she? Yes.
What's a tap?
A thumbtack, it's something you use like a push pin to put something in a bulletin board.
If you sit on it,
It's got a point. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend, Claire. I always wear a crash helmet." Safety tip number 7. Yes, did you have a question? Yes. You put your feet down, hon? Thanks. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please, bring along that police dog. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. You put that back on the side of your desk. On the side. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. Wow, he's getting very popular. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms. Look at the students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo, they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. The next day, the principal of Knappville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Knappville School had its biggest accident ever. I wonder what it is. Oh no. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, splush. Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. Oh no, what do you think's going to happen?
It's good.
The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. Safety tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy. So rules are things to help us stay safe. We have procedures in school. Procedures are the ways we do things. If I get in my car to come to school, the procedure for driving my car is I open the car door, I get in, I put the key in the ignition, I buckle my seatbelt, and then I can drive to school. Those are the procedures, the way I drive, the way I start the car and drive to school. The rules, though, are the things I have to do to keep me safe. It's a rule that I wear my safety belt, my seat belt. It's a rule that I stop at the stop signs. Those are rules. I always stop at stop signs. I always wear my seat belt. I always stop at red lights. I always turn on my signal when I'm going to turn so the people behind me know. So there's procedures and there's rules. What's a procedure we have at St. Simon? Yes. Yes.
We have to wear a mask.
That right now is kind of a rule, isn't it? It's how we're going to come into school and we're going to stay safe. So the masks are keeping us safe. What's another procedure we have at St. Simon? Yes.
Always listen to your teacher.
Okay, so that is kind of a rule, isn't it? We have a procedure for how we walk in the hall. Our hands are by our side. We're always quiet. We look forward and our lines are straight. That's the way we walk in the hall. Yes.
Always stay with your teacher.
Yes, you stay with your teacher. So now we're going to write our own rules for our classroom. And that way we will always be able to be safe.